Hello, random video citations humans. My name is Jaden. You can call me Jane. Today, I am back in my room, gonna make a video, first time in a while. I've had people just randomly comment on my YouTube channel, and I'm like, it would be fun to make videos again. Why not? Maybe I want like more friends, because truthfully be told, I've lived in this place that I live now, and within the past 2 to 3 years, I don't know if I've made any real friends, other than my girlfriend. But like, yeah, it's just kind of just been me. And I'm like, you know what? I should just look to the internet like all the other smart people do. Just kidding. You're probably not going to be my friend. But let me stop wasting your time. Today's topic, okay? What we are talking about today is how to speed run ruining your entire life. Okay, now as a professional idiot of sorts, I'm going to be bouncing everywhere. Okay, there is no set path on how this video is going to go. I'm just going to try and talk for 10 to 15 minutes because that's what I have. And already wasting your time. But just apologies for the mic audio, and you don't care. All right. How to ruin your life. Okay, first thing is apologize way too much. Okay, I apologize for absolutely everything. And I'm not saying that it's a wrong thing to apologize, but sometimes when I look back on a situation, I'm like, was I actually wrong about this thing? And I just kind of sit there and I think, like, I wish I would have went back and changed what I said. Not to say that, never apologize for anything. That would be kind of crazy, but I do feel, is it even a problem, actually? I'm kind of having a moment here. Is it a problem to always apologize for stuff? I don't know. I honestly have no idea, but I feel like I do it too much. It's more so a joke, but on a real note, I think one thing, lying to very important people. Okay, lying is always gonna get you in trouble. If not today, maybe tomorrow. If not tomorrow, later in the future, and if not later in the future, it's gonna mess with your brain. Okay, I feel like excessive lying or just lying, and like everyone says, everyone tells white lies. Like everyone lies to themselves or to other people. And I'm not gonna sit here and be like, you should never lie ever, because people are human. People are gonna make mistakes, or people are gonna make choices that they justify with several reasons. As you see me look up in the air, I think of a specific circumstance where I've lied to someone. I'm telling you guys, I very rarely lie, and I'm very proud to say that. But there is one person in this world. There's one person who I will lie to save my life, and it is my mother. Okay, I'm gonna we'll put it out there. We'll put it out there. Okay, she might watch this video and just like be looking at me with side eye right now, or like anger, but I will tell you, to avoid conflict, I don't know any other way to communicate that doesn't require excessive effort. And these days, I happen to be a lot more lazy. Okay, I used to be super duper willing to sit there through like conversation, and now like I've lost my patience, and I've lost my ability to think in straight lines. Okay, I think in squiggles now. It's okay. Another way to make sure your life is absolute hell is never ever sit down, plan, or think anything through, or spend time to yourself. Okay, that's kind of why this video is happening, right? Like there isn't a idea or thought that is put together congruently. Everything is just random, right? Random ideas flying out of my brain. It's a representation for how this video is being made, but also representation for how sometimes the way that you organize life or organize yourself really is it's just detrimental to yourself, right? Like if you're never sitting down and trying to plan or try to organize anything, and you're just going off thing to thing to thing, of course there's people with those kinds of lifestyles, and maybe it works for them. But I find more often than not, missing due dates, missing things, it's not great, right? Being late for stuff that you could have avoided if you had just thought things through. So spending some time to yourself to organize your life and know, where you're going, what you want to do, and what's next. Easily one of my worst flaws ever. This next one is pretty simple. It's just skirting accountability, right? Like if something happens and you cannot internalize that you did it, or you are at least a partial factor for how things have turned out either in your life or in a situation of any kind, that's a bad thing. Okay, there's been plenty of situations when I was growing up where I wanted to blame someone else, but I didn't. And I'm glad that I didn't. But at the same time, is just saying, hey, I did this enough, right? You made a mistake. Can you just be like, oh no, this is the worst mistake I ever made, and now I'm taking accountability, please forgive me? It's like, if you keep doing the same shit over and over again, no one's gonna sit there and like be like, oh my god, I am so proud of you for taking accountability. And but sometimes people will, and that's probably because there are a decent amount of human beings out there who don't want to sit there and acknowledge their mistakes. So really, this note is just about acknowledging, hey man, I have totally fucked this shit up so badly, but I know I did it. And it's not just saying I know I did it. And what are we going to do? How are we going to prevent this thing from happening again? So really, this entire thought process I'm going through is just about, hey, how can we recover from mistakes properly? It's not just enough to sit there and just say that you did something wrong, but saying you did something wrong is a great step. Okay, if you're not even there yet, I would say get there or try to understand. Look at different angles of a situation that you may have done something wrong. Like, say I was in an argument with someone, and we were arguing, and then maybe I took it too far. And I was so heated in the argument that I'm just like, hey, no, you were arguing with me about this, so I said that. Just punch him in the face, right? And then I sit back and I'm like, maybe I didn't have to go that hard. Maybe I was overreacting. Maybe there was something in there where I can take some fault and I can meet this other person halfway, so that in the middle of us talking, there isn't just violence, just anger. Like, I'm gonna kill you. Next time I see you, I'm gonna stab you. I swear to God, if you threaten me, like you don't want to get to that point in arguments, and trying to find accountability helps with those situations. There's tons of other stuff I want to talk about, but I'll leave off with 2-3 more points because it's already 7 minutes. I don't know how to shut up. Okay, this one's easy. Thought about this one a lot recently. Sitting there and having something that is just literally just procrastination, right? It's it's going to happen in the future, but in your head you are saying, hey, I am going to do this at some point. You might not be wrong, okay? I always thought to myself that I was going to go skydiving, and I always used to talk to people about it, and never did it. But I eventually, over the years, I realized that a lot of people just love to talk and find reasons to not do the thing that you gotta do. You just gotta get out there and just do. I know, a Nike, all right? Nike, just do it, okay? But I find that I am severely flawed in that way, man. I will sit there and I will tell myself, you're talented at this, you're good at this thing, don't worry about it, you can just do it later because, like, you're so great. Like, all this ego. Where's this ego coming from? I'm like, what am I, Conor McGregor? Like, I'm sitting there and I'm just telling myself that it'll all be fine just because. And now my life is falling apart. I'll just deal with it later. I'll wait. I tell myself, like, I'll wait until everything is as worse as it could possibly be, and then maybe we'll consider doing something. There's you don't have any money, you don't have any food. I guess we'll have to starve for a bit until I decide to care. Sorry guys, I'm going through it right now. But understanding, guys, procrastination ain't good. Knowing when you're maybe above your means, okay? I don't want to hurt your ego, but if you're repeatedly making the same mistakes over and over, and you just keep procrastinating things and things aren't getting better, they're probably not going to get better just by sitting there and just waiting for them to get better. And you probably know this. I'm not talking to stupid people. People are smart. You probably know deep down that what you're doing when you're procrastinating something isn't what you should be doing. But you feel like you can't help yourself and there's nothing you can do, but you can do something. It's just, I like to think that maybe the effort, the effort just feels like it's too much. It's like, why bother putting in that much effort when you could just sit there and just wait? And the reality of that to me is time exists, life exists, death exists. And, how seriously we take those things is going to be what determines how we have a call to action to life and to situations and to deadlines and due dates. All right. One being, you never know how long you have. Thank you for listening to me rant. Oh my God. The next video is going to be about whistles. Okay. I have this idea. Spoiler alert. I have this idea that you could use a whistle as a self-defense mechanism instead of using like a gun or a knife. But like, don't worry about that. Thanks for listening. See you later. Bye.